What's up guys, it's Hayden aka Flamethrowers and welcome back to the ISL YouTube channel. Today we're bringing you the Week 2 recap for the ISL World Cup. We are combining them into one video because of how quick the recaps were going and because I ran out of time this week, but let me know if you like this format or the old format better. And with that, let's jump into the battles. The first battle of the week comes from Boulder between two 1-0 teams, the Glowing Gorgeist and the Lafayette Litwick. The Litwick opened up with a Trick Room team using Chimeco and Hatterene as their setters. Chimeco quickly went down on its own after using Healing Wish on turn 4. The offensive power between Mega Metagross and Landorus T proved to be too much though, as they broke through Hatterene, then Conkeldurr came in late to clean things up. Another solid win for the Gorgeist as they take this one 4-0. Next up, we have the OKC Thunderous opening up their tournament against the 1-0 New England Patriots. After a pretty slow start, Delphox picked up a couple kills for the Patriots to put them up. Then they were able to slowly chip down the rest of the team for Weavile, who cleaned up the last 3 months late. The Patriots win 3-0 and open the tournament with back-to-back wins. We are moving on to the second battle of the Crown Division between the Seattle Sires and the division-leading Retro City Rampardos. Rocky Helmet Roughskin Garchomp was able to stand there and let your Shifu take itself out early, and Roaring Moon got the revenge KO on it, but Mega Alakazam was able to come in with a free switch to take out Roaring Moon, Venusaur, and Slowbro. A couple turns later, Entei finished off the game by picking up 2 quick KOs, and the Rampardos finished the week at an impressive 2-0 plus 10. Up next, we have the first battle from the Hand Division. The Cambridge Camrups are opening up their tournament against Los Reshiram's, who are looking for their first win. This started out with Crocodile trading blows with Golurk and Tesserina, then quickly turned into the Dragapult Chug. Dragapult was able to clean up a weak Crocodile, then dropped a Draco on Iron Bundle to take it out as well. After a few switches and a Bellybolt Rotom dance, Dragapult came back in to clean up the game against a weakened Rotom and Galarian Slowking. Camrups opened up their tournament with a 3-0 win. That brings us to the first battle of the Leaf Division. This week, between two teams looking for their first win, the Evil Gengars versus the Detroit Litleos. The Litleos were able to put pressure on the Gengars with the trio of Deontay, Landorus T, and Vigoroth. That ended up leading to Hydreigon being able to come in late to bring home the opening win for the Detroit Litleos. The second battle in Leaf brought us two 1-0 teams in the Boston Blades and the Los Angeles Lucarios. Smeargle tried to set up a Shed Tail for Dragonite, but the Boston Blades lead Triple Axel Cinccino wasn't having it. A few turns later, Genesect was able to put down Dragonite to give the Blades an early advantage. Mega Metagross was able to take care of both walls on the Blades, but it didn't have anything to OHKO Genesect. Genesect came in, set up a shift gear, then swept the weakened Lucarios, and the Blades opened up the tournament 2-0 plus 9. Up next, we have two battles from the Thorn Division. Elsa Love Club vs Psyduck OP opens it up. ELC tried to set up early with Nasty Plot Pichurunt, but Psyduck OP was ready with Light Screen Corviknight and Dragonite's Mega Tyranitar. After a quick back and forth, the result ended in Pichurunt switching out to Gligar, who died to a Stone Edge crit, and Mega Tyranitar died from Pichurunt's Toxic. This did not end like our battle earlier with where we saw Genesect sweep things up, as Dracovish made sure to say it was his turn and looked unstoppable for Psyduck OP, who get their first win of the tournament with a 2-0 win. In the second Thorn Division battle, we have my Houston Slash versus Doom Desire. I led Inteleon with Scopeland Sniper, hoping they would lead Garchomp, then switch into a not yet Mega Venusaur. It did end up happening, and I ended up getting a lucky crit that took out their biggest threat turn 1. Inteleon turned out to be an amazing pickup with both him and Tyranitar picking up 3 kills each this week, even with me misclicking Stealth Rocks twice. The Houston Slash open up the World Cup at 2-0. Final battle before the battles of the week, we have 2 Dread teams looking for their opening win of the tournament in the Oslo Oshawotts and the Sendero. This started out as a very switch-heavy battle with only 1 Mon down at turn 20, then came in the Cursing Donzo. The Oshawotts were able to get a free switch into their Hisuian Electrode, which OHKO'd the Don with Leaf Storm. The Sendero went into their backup sweeper and Mega Blaziken, but it was taken down by the combination of Alomola, Flare Blitz Recoil, and Drift Blim's Aftermath. With the Sendero threats out of the way, the Oshawotts set up both screens with Diancie, then brought in Mega Metagross to clean up. A solid 3-0 win by the Oslo Oshawotts, and with that, we come to our 3 battles of the week. First up, we have our Commissioner's team in the Utah Wees versus D's Pokemans. The Utah Wees are bringing their form-switching team using Darmanitan, Palafin, Alolan Ninetales, Alolan Executor, Aegislash, and Meloetta, while these Pokemans have Shuckle, Pichurunt, Zapdos, Chi-Yu, Donphan, and Mega Abomasnow. Like always, I will be back after the battle, but if you want to skip, just fast forward about 3 minutes. These Pokemans opened up with a contrary Shuckle that was able to set up both rocks and webs before falling to Palafin. In yet another battle, one of our coaches forgets to bust out the Mega, then decides to bring in the Zap Cannon Zapdos for cleanup duty. Late game, the Wees revealed the Zen mode flame charged Darmanitan, but unfortunately for the Wees, it was outdone by the Blunder Policy Zapdos, who was able to take care of the Darmanitan and Palafin to bring home the 2-0 win for the D's Pokemans. Next up, we have 2 1-0 teams in Multiscale versus the London Corviknights. This week, Multiscale brings Mega Gallade, Magearna, Garchomp, Arcanine, Blastoise, and Thundurus, while the Corviknights bring Hoopa, Ursaluna, Manaphy, Mew, Rotom Heat, and Sneasler. After a bit of a strange opening, letting Sneasler take 2 turns of Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage, the Corviknights U-turn into bulk up Ursaluna, who was able to take care of Garchomp before being revenge killed. After a lot of switches, Multiscale busted out their own setup mon and Shell Smash Blastoise, who was able to take out Mew and Sneasler. I guess we can call this battle Setup City, because afterwards, Tailglow Manaphy and Shift Gear Magearna basically take each other out. After which, Multiscale was able to rely on Arcanine to lead its way to a 2-0 win. Our final battle this week is our current leader for the battle of the tournament between the Royal Regieleki and MK Rhydons. Both teams entered 1-0 plus 6, but only one could come out 2-0. The Regieleki brought Sinistcha, Gliscor, Magearna, Mega Manectric, Kyurem, and Buzzhole, while the Rhydons brought Crocolore, Empoleon, Flygon, Terpagos, Galarian Weezing, and Deoxys Defense. After about 15 turns of switching, the Rhydons busted out known Magirna Killer and Krakoler, which goes on to 1v1 Magirna easily to take out the biggest threat in this tournament so far. Krakoler then followed this up by weakening Sinistcha and taking out Gliscor. Unfortunately for the Rhydons, they didn't have 6 Krakolers with them for this battle, and the Regieleki used the last 25 turns of the battle to slowly whittle down the Rhydons, with the battle ending in a close 1v1 with Kirim besting Deoxys' defense. The Regieleki come out of this 2-0, but I would be shocked if both of these teams don't make the knockout stage. With that, we have come to the standings. If you want to have an idea of who might be on track to make the knockout stage, just try to keep track of the teams who finished the group stage with at least 2 wins and have a positive differential. Boulder Division has the Glowing Gorgeist with a commanding lead at 2-0 plus 7. The Lafayette Litwicks and Dees Pokemans are fighting for a knockout spot, and the Sharpedos and Weaves are looking for their first wins of the tournament. In the Crown Division, we have 2 teams soaring to the top in the Retro City Rampardos and the New England Patriots, both 2-0 with excellent differentials through 2 weeks. The other 3 teams aren't out of it yet, but with next week being the halfway point, those teams without wins need to start picking some up. Hand Division brings Multiscale at 2-0 plus 6, with the Camerups close behind at 1-0 plus 3, the Corviknights at 1-1, and the Victory Stars at 0-1 minus 2 are fighting for a knockout spot, with the Los Reshiram looking for their first win. Next, we have the Leaf Division. The Boston Blades have slung out to a huge lead at 2-0 plus 9. Then Lucario and Litleo are battling strong for second. Both the Boolies and Gengars are looking for their first win, but at only minus 4 differential, they are easily still within reach of the knockout stage. This brings us to Thorn Division. My Houston Slash have joined our fellow Aegis mascot team in opening up the tournament at 2-0 with a huge differential lead in the division. Doom Desire, Psyduck OP, and Elsula Love Club are all battling for a knockout spot, with the Mudkip looking to bounce back next week. Last but not least, we have the Tread Division. I copied the standings a little out of order, but right now the Regieleki are first at 2-0 plus 7, with the Oshawotts second at 1-0 plus 3, then the MK Rhydons firmly in third at 1-1 plus 5. All 3 look to be on good pace to make it through the group stage, while the Kypros and Sendero look to get their opening wins. And that brings us to the end of our Week 2 recap. We will also be posting a new power rankings this week, with every team having played at least 1 game now. Then to round out the week, we will have our updated award races. Both of those should be coming out in the next couple of days, and with that, thanks for watching.